Breaking news coming in right now. So after the historic meet that has happened between President Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Modi, the historic handshake that you see on your screens right now that happened during the bilateral of the two countries, Prime Minister Modi has put out a statement on his social media X account. In that, he has said that he had a fruitful meeting with President Xi Jinping in Tianjin on the sidelines of the SCO summit. He says that we reviewed the positive momentum in India-China relations since our last meeting in Kazan. We agreed on the importance of maintaining peace and tranquility in border areas and reaffirmed our commitment to cooperation based on mutual respect, mutual interest and mutual sensitivity. So Prime Minister Modi has posted his photograph of the handshake as well along with these lines. Joining us now is Gaurav Sawant directly from Tianjin. Gaurav, Prime Minister Modi had earlier posted his statement that he made over there and now this written statement along with pictures. Do take us through them.
So as India and China kind of rebuild their ties, it's not being called a reset. There was a thaw in Tianjin and ever since there's an attempt to rebuild. But that rebuild, India is making it very clear, is based entirely on peace and tranquility that prevails along the borders, and both sides have noticed with satisfaction that as of now peace and tranquility prevails at the borders. But this is just step one. Step one, as was decided in Kazan, post-Kazan, was that there would be disengagement. That disengagement has happened. The effort is to ensure de-escalation, for which there is a mechanism that's been put in place when Wang Yi, the state councillor, the member of the Politburo and External Affairs Minister and Special Representative on boundary talks had visited India and interacted with Ajit Doval, India's National Security Advisor. They had decided on a mechanism that would be adopted to move forward on the boundary issue. Both sides have expressed satisfaction. We are told at the progress or the direction those talks are taking. Now there is some movement on trade, there is some movement on people-to-people cooperation, but India is also seeking more access to the Chinese markets. The trade imbalance is tremendous. So how does that actually take effect on ground is something that we will have to look forward to in the days and weeks ahead. But India is making a point very clear: peace and tranquility essential at the borders for this relationship to move forward, and both sides have indicated that the relationship is moving in the right direction, has the right kind of direction from the leadership. Anjali.
There is a huge question of loss of trust that India has faced thanks to the actions that China had taken in the recent times. So how challenging would it be to rebuild this mutual trust for India now?
So look at the situation right now. The Indian economy in the current quarter grew at 7.8% this fiscal. So America, which is supposed to be a real trusted ally and or a partner, it's a comprehensive partnership with America, their president has called India a dead economy. However, you haven't had the kind of situation that we have with China at our borders, Galwan, post-Galwan, because we are rising and rising so well, nobody wants to see India's rise. That's a ground reality. So we still have to rise despite these situations. America will try to put us down, China will try to put us down, but despite them, we have to rise, taking best advantage of whatever we can from the given situation. So there is no trust. It's a fact. There is no trust between India and China. They know it, we know it. But you have to coexist. If Indian goods were to sell in the Chinese market, that's better for India. China knows it will be better for them to sell their goods in the Indian market. We're the world's largest market, so to say, the world's largest economy. The middle class is big. Population that is able to buy is massive. But for that, India is putting some red lines in place. We need peace and tranquility at the borders. Now we are moving beyond that we also want borders to be demarcated. We want borders to be settled. There's a mechanism that is being proposed. That's been put in place. And we want access to Chinese technology. We have, look, to build tunnels, for example, in India. We require their tunnel boring equipment. You're not getting it from anywhere else. You need it from here. You need the fertilizers that are coming in from here. You need chemicals that are coming in. You need rare earth minerals, materials that are coming in from here. So for all of that, what is the give? In international relations, there's give and take. Nobody is doing anybody a favor. So that give and take is currently being worked out right now and in the times ahead to see how best we can grow in the current situation.
Absolutely. And if the largest economy of the world, the US, turns hostile in terms of trade, how do you counter that? You counter that by making sure that the rest of the big economies come together and try to counter whatever that economy throws at you.